Did you press start? Are we live yet?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Some of us appear to be a bit more lively than others, but it is Wednesday afternoon, 1-ish, almost 1-ish. And you know what that means. It's watching Amazon. And who are you, sir?
The Bo one, the cold one, speaker money. What's up, man?
I'm Brent Leary, as I always am. All right. Speaker money
starts tomorrow.
Okay. I see you're rather excited about this. But yeah, before I let you go launch into that, this is Watching Amazon, where we actually do watch some things around Amazon, and we look at the stuff that's taken place over the last 7 days, and we try to figure out what do we want to talk about, and maybe who do we want to talk about it with. I don't see Meredith. Well, what do you eat? Bacon? I mean, what's going on here? I mean,
I'm eating pepperoni, bro.
Pepperoni. All right. Okay. So before we get going, I got a little bit of a surprise for you. The cold one, the bold one, John Kodolai, Speaker Money Lawson.
Oh boy. That can't be good. It ain't never good.
I think this one you're going to like. So let me begin with the first surprise. We got a surprised guest. Well,
okay.
Surprise to you. There he is. Paul Greenberg in his brand new, spanking new. Look at that studio. Look at the look. Look at it just looks so great. It looks so great. Oh, look, now he's showing off now. He's showing off the multiple different camera, and
none of which are in focus.
Well, yours is great.
Yeah, exactly. The other three.
Yeah, you're still building. You're still building.
I thought I wasn't, but yes.
No, he just didn't realize that once you go down this path, you are never done.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you for joining us, Mr. Greenberg.
Always a pleasure. Although I'm honestly curious to know what the hell speaker money is.
Exactly.
I'm sure in a few minutes you will find out way more than you ever wanted to know about speaker money, including that special speaker money dance he seems to be.
Yeah, it's just a dance, bro. It's just a dance.
Anyway,
there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
This is bad. My worlds are just colliding, and I see trauma in my immediate future. Anyway, so the reason that Paul is joining us is because, he's been building this great studio, and he's got he just kind of showed a little bit of it off with the multiple cameras. He's got you heard the sound, his audio sound is just awesome.
Yeah, let me hear it again. Say it again.
No.
Oh yeah. That's good.
So he went to work. He's got the audio file, you can't see it right now, but he's got the padding on the walls to try to, the acoustic, make it sound really good.
He's all in.
He is all in. He's bought several different pieces. Hold it right there. He's bought several different things to improve the audio, the look and feel of what we do at CRM Players and what he does on his own. So he's bought a lot of stuff. I actually bought a lot of stuff too. And
yeah, I just want you to recognize Brent spent all that money and he still looks like Brent.
Yeah. You're moving right along.
I think I'm going to change what I was doing here.
You know what? I think I might just stop.
Yeah.
I'm
leaving.
I was just going to point out that one of the things that has really made a huge difference in his studio is this little device here. It's called the ATEM Mini, and it's a little mini switcher. You could plug in up to 4 different video inputs and then do all that switching like he was doing. And you could do the video clip stuff. You can do so much. So that's what I started out with the ATEM Mini. And then about 4 months later, they came out with the ATEM Mini Pro. And of course, you know me, I've got to have the ATEM Mini Pro if it's available. And so I had the ATEM Mini. I bought the ATEM Mini Pro. And when I bought the A10 Mini Pro, I wanted to keep it in the family, so to speak. So I offered it to Mr. Greenberg, and he graciously accepted it. I sent it up to him. So his studio was kind of built initially with the A10 Mini Pro. Oh, excuse me, A10 Mini.
Regular. Yeah.
But just like over the last, and I guess I could get rid of this now. Just over the last month and a half,
July 31st.
July, it's not even been a month. So over this short amount of time, the A10, the Black Magic folks, they're the ones that make the A10 Mini. So not only did they come out with the A10 Mini at the beginning of the year, and then the A10 Mini Pro like 4 months ago, now they come out with something called the A10 Mini Pro ISO, which allows you to not only record, but record each of these channels. Really cool. So then you can do all this live switching and stuff.
So is he getting that one?
So he's got that one.
It's showing up in about 2 hours.
And so y'all are going to send me the old one.
Wow, you are a pretty prescient dude, I must say. Want to keep it in the family.
So all this stuff about, I usually don't like surprises. Oh, you usually don't do anything good. So this is a really good surprise, isn't it?
What's the surprise?
He's going to send it to you for free.
No, get out. Seriously?
Yeah. That was the idea. I thought you just said it. How did you not know it? No, I thought you just got it.
Meredith is here. Funny. Meredith, I hope you caught the end of this because my God.
Oh God.
Sorry, Meredith. You've been mean to me lately, Meredith. So I had to go get
if
some
you've
back.
got an A10 Mini Pro with you, come on in.
That's right.
So
thank you.
I want Meredith to get the gist of what just happened here. Because Paul, you don't know, Meredith has been she's like one of the big Colder Ice fans. And at the beginning of this year,
she's your fan too.
No, it did not start out that way. Believe me, it was just complete. I love John and the other guys. All right,
she can't even call you John anymore. What's it? I love Speaker.
Yeah.
I mean, your last name's gonna be Money, right?
So anyway, we've been doing watching Amazon, and like about a month, 5 or 6 weeks ago, his computer was just acting up like crazy, just jumping all over. The video was terrible. The sound quality was in and out. And I was telling he needed to buy a new one. And then Meredith said, yeah, he really does need to buy a new machine. So he ended up buying a new MacBook Pro. So now he's got the MacBook Pro. And guess what he's getting now? The A10 Mini.
Yeah. And John, I will tell you this. This is literally what puts you on the path down the rabbit hole.
It is. You think? Oh my God!
This is the only reason that I have all of that now, which is an expensive all of that.
Yeah,
right? It's because literally Brent gave me this, and then all of a sudden I said, "Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that.
Oh my God,
I could do that." It's what happens, and now
that's hilarious.
I mean, so. I'm just warning you. I hope you're going to be the bold one, the cold one, and the expensive one from here on. Because you're going to need it for all the equipment you're going to start buying. I can promise you that.
Well, whatever. I'm just going to let you guys take the fall for all the drama I will get in my household when the credit card comes in.
Yeah, you will. Don't worry.
It already started with the MacBook Pro, so we're just going to continue.
Yeah, dude, I can't even get over that one yet. Oh my gosh!
Once you install this, it's all over.
Next, you know what's going to happen next? He's going to get like really nice cameras. Because he's going to want to look really good, and then he's going to want to do the video clips like I do and all that stuff. He's going to be trying to get fancy,
schmancy.
And as long as he spends the money to do it, I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it.
This just keeps it in the BBC family.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. So before we let Paul go, tell him what speaker money. Tell him what speaker money is all about, and then we can finally get into the show.
Oh, speaker money! Tomorrow it starts. Speakermoney.com. It's about really monetizing your speaking business. because a lot of us that are, all speakers, we're all at home now. And so it's really
loving it.
Some help with that. And we talked to 40 different speakers about the business, and it's some great content.
Shit.
Real good stuff.
You didn't talk to me.
He didn't even ask you, did he?
No, he didn't. That's right.
I think you ought to keep the ATEM now. Now
yeah, maybe I will.
I
mean, I charge a lot of money to speak too, and I haven't.
That's what I'm saying. So look,
I haven't lost a dime being home.
I'm getting you on now, dude. I am definitely getting you on. I'm following up.
It's way too late. I got to call you, man.
This is an ongoing thing.
I think you should be offended. Really, I don't.
Am
I think
offended.
It is.
I just think I feel like I better not let this transaction go.
No.
Dude, you need to step out of the picture. Just, how do we push his thing off? That's not working.
Well, when you have the ATEM Mini, you'll see. Whoa, you got the heel on it. That's pretty good.
Is.
Well, keep in mind, right now it's about 11:30 or midnight.
Really?
Yes,
that's right. They are.
The heels in India.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
And I hear they're on strict lockdown.
They are. Well, he is. I know that.
I got a friend I just talked to yesterday, and he was like, dude, it's strict. You cannot go out. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Well, won't get into that right now because no time. But yes, the answer is they're on very strict lockout. All right. So what I'm going to do is after the show, I'll get your address. I'll package it up probably next week and send it out. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you kidding?
He's all choked up.
Keep it in the family. I'm so excited. Keep it in the family.
Yay!
All right.
Hey, before you go, I know you got to go. When you do something, I want to run this first clip to set the show off, and let's get your take on this. Because it's kind of interesting. I think it's interesting. So let me do this. Let me grab the full view. Let me go to this 4. And then let me do this.
So we're now seeing video of a masked fight on Miami Beach. A building manager says an Amazon delivery driver got physical after he refused to wear a mask. Local 10's Kristen De La Rosa live now with the video for us today. Kristen.
So it doesn't matter. You can't come in.
73-year-old Ray Breslin says he was reminding an Amazon delivery man to put his mask on before walking into his building, sparking an argument.
And I said, no, you can't come in here without a mask. Oh, I'm just delivering.
Security cameras rolling when the delivery man puts his foot down, preventing Breslin from closing the door. The delivery man finally lets go and leaves.
And then he went back to his vehicle, and I figured he would just be leaving.
But he came back, confronting the Miami Beach resident.
He felt that I was being disrespectful to him by the way I handled him not wearing a mask.
Things get physical. The Amazon delivery driver seen pushing his phone into Breslin's face.
You hit me just like this, and he smashed me in the face.
Breslin reporting the hostile delivery to police and Amazon, who emailed him this letter.
Oh, we're so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I want to see the man arrested. I want to prosecute him.
And that was Kristen De La Rosa reporting there. And this is a statement today from Amazon. It says this does not reflect the high standards we have for delivery service partners. We are addressing the incident with a delivery service partner and can confirm that this individual is no longer delivering Amazon packages. We are in touch with the customer to make things right.
All right, let me bring everybody back here. And let me get the smart alecky comment from Meredith out of the way. Yes, Meredith, I had a little bit of a glitch, but it's all good now. All right. Love to hear what you guys think of it. I'll tell you exactly the phrase that really stood out to me in this whole clip, but I want to hear what you guys have to think about that.
What was it? Blah, 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 that part? That part.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's pretty straightforward to me. I mean, the Amazon delivery guy literally committed an assault on that old man. I said, right. I mean, when it boils down to it, it's pretty straightforward in that regard. And all the guy was asking him was, please put on, or I don't know if he said please or not, but put on your mask before you come into the building. So as far as it goes, I think Amazon's response was, cookie cutter and wimpy and horrible. Because not horrible, it's just typical. I guess, of most companies, which is, hi, we'll take care of it ourselves, and he's not going to drive, and we'll talk to the customer. But the guy's right. I mean, the guy assaulted him. If he wants to file for an arrest, he should. That you saw, it was captured. It's pretty obvious.
Right.
Guy goes wham and slams him in the face. So to me, it's kind of cut and dried, really.
Okay. My point would be Amazon's going to pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Speaker money.
I'm suing Amazon.
So
He works for Amazon. He's in their truck. He's in his uniform, and he's carrying their package, and he's on the clock. Amazon, you just attacked me. That's how I play.
Well, no, that's fair. I mean, look, Amazon's ultimately it's interesting, even though, if Amazon, let's say, was using FedEx there instead, and because they still do that, it's still Amazon's responsibility regardless, right? Ultimately, they control their supply chain and own it. And whatever happens in the course of that is their responsibility. They're accountable for it, even if it was FedEx guy who did it. So then it would be FedEx and Amazon. You can sue both, right? But
you're right. It was soft. Their response was soft.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
All right. So you guys didn't pick up on the thing that I wanted to focus on, which is good. At least for me.
Oh, okay. What'd you focus?
The part of the statement where it kept saying over and over again, Amazon driver partner. They made it several times. They pointed out this was not Amazon. This was an Amazon driver partner.
Oh, yeah.
And remember what we were talking about last week? Amazon is cutting relationships with 1,200 drivers that were not their employees. They were partner drivers. This is another reason why Amazon is going to take as much control as possible over their whole delivery chain, the whole supply chain, because if I agree with what the Speaker Money, I can't believe I got to keep saying this. Speaker Money said is that they don't care about that individual. That guy doesn't care about the individual driver. He cares about being able to sue Amazon. And this gives Amazon even more ammunition to say, you know what? If we're going to get sued by people because the stuff that people buy from third parties is damaged and they're going to come after us, or if the driver is going to really, hit somebody, hit a customer.
Yeah, I mean, he hit him.
Yeah. So
literally, that was crazy. I mean, I get it if he was going to be like all up in your face. That's one thing, but to touch me, game over. Game over.
Amen.
If you're Amazon, there's like very little to stop you from now saying, we've tried working with a lot of partners. We tried, the third party sellers. If there's a great product that we want to sell and it's a third party seller who is getting bad ratings or is treating customers wrong in some way, Amazon's like, look, we'll just brand it under our own. We'll manufacture it ourselves because we don't want to get sued because our third party.
That's a
I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued because a third party driver messed up, or I don't want to get sued because a third party seller, has been giving out damaged stuff. I think this is one that Amazon is really going to start saying, you know what? We need to bring in as much of this stuff as this chain as we possibly can.
Well, it's kind of dangerous, though. I'll tell you, to your point, though, if you go to Whole Foods, which is Amazon, you'll see increasingly the 365 brand is taking away a lot of other brands, and they're pushing it forward and eliminating a lot of the other brands from their shelves. And that's really dangerous. First of all, 365 brands usually not as good as the other brands because it's kind of, it's kind of basic organic or something along those lines.
It's like that Laura Lynn brand that I get at the Ingles.
Nature's Promise, Nature's Promise at Food Lion, right? So, the thing is that what it does, though, is start eliminating the choices that people have, right? And once you start doing that, you're really going down a slippery slope, especially if you're a broad retailer, right? And I think that gets very dangerous if you start separating or pushing your brand forward and starting to reduce the opportunity to get other brands. And Amazon, just look at Yvonne, my wife, actually just said yesterday, because we do shop at Whole Foods, said I'm boycotting 365. She doesn't like the brand very much, and all the things we used to be able to buy there, we can't because they're not there anymore.
Wow.
Right? So yeah, it's happening a lot, and I so kind of goes to your point, Brent, which is Amazon is looking for those opportunities to kind of start slipping in their brand over everybody else's, or their ownership of something over everybody else's, and you go but there comes a point where you tilt the balance the wrong way, and they're at Whole Foods they're starting to reach that point. Elsewhere, I don't know yet.
Now
so they got to be careful.
I wonder if that Whole Foods was that. Did you see that prior to the lockdowns and stuff? Because I'm sure there is some smaller brands, because a lot of those brands that are in Whole Foods are smaller brands, more independent, that are probably having some fulfillment problems in terms of getting their stuff on the shelf. So I'm wondering if that has something.
I would say there was some before, but it's accelerated obviously now, and that for sure. But that it was like a slow to medium trickle before. Now it's coming. It's not a flood yet, but let's say this: it's sort of a bit of a river, right?
It's a good cover. It's a good cover.
People are liking the new studio look, Mr. PG.
Oh, cool! Thanks, Pierre. Thank
All
you.
Right. We know you got to leave because you got something coming up at 1:30.
Yeah.
But thank you again, and I'll thank you on behalf of Colder Ice for the great gift.
No, that's okay. I'll thank him.
Just again,
thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Bold one, cold one, expensive one.
Actually, you should be thanking me because I was the one who originally bought it.
That's right.
I knew that's where it was going.
Thank the just thank the BBC. Thank the, you know what you can do? Just thank the BBC.
There you
and
go.
not the London one.
Right.
The Brent Broadcasting.
The Brent Broadcasting.
The Brent Broadcasting Network. Okay.
Corporation.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a bit on the CRM Players Happy Hour at 3:30.
Yeah. Anyone's welcome to join us there. Not today though. We're overbooked.
Yes. See you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.
All right. That's always good. Always good.
I think it was called, what do you say? The BSN, the bullshit. What?
No. You really don't want that free ATM, do you? You keep talking stuff. All right. Since he brought up Whole Foods, here's one I picked up on. Top Amazon exec takes aim at Whole Foods cashiers ahead of. So this dude is leaving, but it's like throwing shade, man. It's like I think they want to get rid of as many humans as possible in these stores, man. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, come on. You've been talking about the great shopping experience of being able to go to Amazon Go. We knew that was coming.
I like it. I like Amazon Go. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, I don't remember the last time I had a cashier at Walmart. I never did.
I have a cashier. I go to the cashier like at the market sometimes because when you got like 100 items in your cart, I don't feel like scanning all that stuff, one by
I will scan and go. I can't. I don't want to talk to nobody. And I mean that has nothing to do with the
No, the pandemic. You don't have to talk to anybody anyway now.
Right, exactly. But I mean, but even before, I don't want any. I just want to scan and go. I just want to be out.
I want to scan and go too, but when it gets to sometimes because I think I go like once every 2 weeks at this point, and you get those big things of water and like 2 liter, 10 2 liters and all. I do not want to pull that out of the cart.
You don't have to. They have the thing. You take the thing and you pull it out and you scan it and put the gun back.
And I like them to do that.
There's a gun there along with the scanner,
Yeah, but if there's a cashier where there's nobody there or one of those cashierless, forget it, man. I'm going to the cashier.
I'm totally the opposite. I
don't want to have to do that stuff.
Yeah, I don't want a cashier.
You're just so antisocial.
That's part of it. I must admit.
But look, when it comes to
you though, hold on.
Like I said, man, I do not feel like
antisocial.
Plus, those cashierless things, they don't work all the time. Like you scan stuff and it doesn't take, or you try to put it in your bag and they say, please wait till the attendee comes. I mean, that's a pain in the neck. I'd rather deal with a human than take care of all that stuff.
Okay.
All right. Now you wanted to talk about, let me see. I think it was
get that one in.
Well, not that one. This one. I thought we already tackled this, but you go ahead. Go for it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we tackled that e-commerce growth. I don't think we had this number of 44%.
I did.
What really just freaked me out. It was like 44% growth in all of e-com, because we were talking about Amazon growth.
Right.
But now this is, this is came out. And I mean, dude, that is like 2 or 3 years of e-com growth happening in 2 or 3 months. It's really insane to see.
So it took e-commerce percentage of total retail to 16%.
About 16. Some are saying 15 and a half, 16. Yeah.
So I mean, it definitely picked it up a couple of percentage points, but I thought last week you were saying it was up to like 22 or 23% or something like that.
That's another one. But see, that's what I'm saying. When I said that, it wasn't like that's what I heard. Remember, I kind of said that I've heard it's up to like 23%. So another thing is that's going to be protracted out through the year. It's going to be up 15, 16% for the year.
But let me show you this. I just scrolled down and look at that. That's crazy.
Insanity. Right?
That's Mount Everest. I mean, that thing is straight up no arc at all.
No arc. I mean, you just don't get growth like that in normal times. And a lot of that is not going away. I mean, it'll retract some, but I think there's a tipping point there that's been reached, and we're going to see some movement.
Here's where I think that your number comes in. That paragraph right underneath the chart. Excluding sales of cars, car parts, bars, and restaurants, e-commerce penetration was more than 22%. So there you go.
So that's the close to 23.
So you take out like car buying and restaurants and stuff.
Wow.
That one in almost every $4 spent online. That's
wow.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's some stuff right there.
That's some stuff. That's some wow.
Amazing. Let me pop up what
what's Pierre saying?
Pierre. See, when I do that, I like it because it covers your face up, which is really nice. But I'll be nice to you. I'll do this. Oh, it still kind of covers your face up, which works out well for me. A human can also tailor a discussion when a person has a large number of items to purchase. I am noticing baggers in grocery stores stepping up their friendliness as of late. COVID is a definite influence, but a concern of keeping a job in face of automation must be in mind. That's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've experienced the folks stepping up and being friendlier, but it would make sense because I mean the Ingles right down the street from me, they literally just put in this brand spanking new bank of cashierless stations. And, that's got to make you think a bit. And they have all of these counters that are not manned. They're never manned. There's like 10 there's like 12 counters and only 2 are manned at any one time.
I mean, the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the. It's been there for a while. You know where we're at? I remember how people were saying this because I'm this old. I remember how people were saying this probably back in the 80s when we lost gas stations with attendants. And there were people like, oh, I'm never going to do, self-service gasoline. And now look, you can't even find somebody to give, pump your gas for you. You don't need somebody to scan your groceries for you anymore. It's just, it's not needed. Back in the day, they would have to actually look at that label Remember? And it used to have a number on it, and they type it in and say 89 cents. Boom, 79 cents. That's what a cashier used to do. Then you got the scanners. Now we got self scanners. It's just evolution. It's done. Get over it. You're
It's
gonna
a
be
wrap.
now. Maybe adding baggers might be kind of fun. I don't know, but I don't want that either.
I think there's ways that the human element remains. It doesn't necessarily do the routine things, but there's something about a friendly smile or a friendly gesture,
Not with a mask on. Not with a mask.
Well, it's kind of hard to see it with the mask, but you know what I'm saying. Even though I love the Amazon Go concept in the store, because most cases I want to get in and out. I don't want to be lollygagging around. I just want to get my stuff and go. I don't want to stop at the cash
Let's
register.
ask everybody else too. I want everybody else, if you're still out there, tell us in the chat. Do you prefer a cashier or a cashier-less experience when you go to the grocery store? Hey,
And
that's
you got
my question of the day.
it should
That's going to
be
be my question of the day.
either or. You can't come down the line. It depends. Just say either or.
Yeah,
All right,
because
so-
I mean, you do one or the other most of the times.
Yeah. So if I had to choose, I would choose cashierless.
Ah, there you go.
If I had to choose.
Even all of that hemming and hawing, you're still going with the robots.
The hemming and hawing only stems because before COVID, I would make multiple stops at the market, and I would only get the little cart thing, not the shopping cart, but the little handheld. So I get a couple of items, and I'd be in and out, and that was my mode of shopping. But this pandemic has changed that completely.
Yeah,
So
you
now,
gotta cook now.
well, I buy more stuff per trip. And
Yep.
so because of that, I'm buying like big things of water and multiple 2 liters and big milk and all sorts of stuff, big things of meat. And so I don't want to, sit there with 100 items in a cart. And, no, I don't want to do that. But for 4 or 5 items, absolutely, I want to do that. But if I had to choose one, I would choose cashierless. What is so funny?
Big thing of meat.
Yeah, usually I would go for like the 4-pack.
That is
Now
true.
I'm going for like the 12-pack of wings or something, So because I got the big, I got to get the big meat. I got to get instead of the little 2 quantity thing, I got to go with the value pack now.
Okay.
So all that big stuff you get,
But let's even go with totally cashierless experience. How about the entire storeless experience? I'm getting into that.
so you're getting into the online shopping?
Yes,
bring it all to you.
I go and pick my groceries up. They bring them out, and I'm gone.
Well, that has manual intervention though. You need.
It's not that I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's very minimal. It's so minimal because now I'm only dealing with that one person. I don't have the greeter. I don't have to worry about somebody with the shopping cart thing. Here, you take this cart. I take that cart. That crap. I don't have to go down aisles with people. There's so much less friction to this than I'm like so sold on it. I could care less about the coronavirus. I just am sold on go pick up my stuff. Order online, pick up in store.
But this is the thing that the coronavirus has wrought to a certain extent. The acceleration of this was going to happen. The move to more and more buying digitally, that was happening.
Yep.
This thing, as that chart illustrates,
Accelerated.
It accelerated to a speed that we may have never seen before. And yeah, I mean, yay.
I'm just excited that we're, I'm excited about the fact, of course, not the corona. I'm excited about the fact that the things that people were afraid of trying they have tried now and see there's no big deal to it. You know, I remember people were like, I don't know about doing all that. And now here we are. You have to do it. Boom. It's like my mom. I finally got her to put her credit card online.
Look, you know, I give a pass to the elderly folks who have long memories of when things didn't go well, the depression and all that kind of stuff. If I'm one, then what are you? That's all I have to say to that. All right. Got another one.
What you got?
This one I think you're going to like. Have you heard this? Amazon has come up with a new favorite metric that they're giving to advertisers that kind of puts them on par to being able to kind of look directly, compare Facebook and Google with what Amazon has. And let me know if you know this metric, the ROAS, return on ad spend. Yeah. So that's what they're moving to, and they're moving away from ACOS, which was advertising cost of sales. Is this a big deal?
I'm not understanding exactly. So they're using return on the ad spend to what? Favor?
I think that's the metric. They weren't using that metric before. They weren't giving their advertising customers that metric. They were giving them that advertising cost of sale. Now they're going to give them, and apparently the advertisers have been wanting this particular metric forever.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, that's like, yay. Yeah, that's stupid metrics that they were giving us before. No, bro. This is the one we want to know.
Why is that such a big deal?
Because this is exactly what your return is on how much your money going out is actually coming back in sales, right? Whereas the other one was like an average, and it wasn't the same. You know, I mean, if you do something across multiple platforms in terms of paid ads, and then you get to Amazon and they do their own little return on spend thing or whatever it was called. What was it used to be called? Average cost of sale?
Yeah.
Right.
Average cost of sale versus the return on it. Yeah.
So let's say basically like this. If you have a $1 item, which you can't have, but just let's say it's just to make it easy, a $1 item, and you end up spending 30 cents on that item, well, then the average cost of sale is 30 cents.
Right.
But the return on the ad spend is like 70 cents if, let's say, all things, you got the item free. I mean, you have to deduct from that, of course, the cost of the item, any spending and packaging, things like that. So, I mean, what it used to do is hide Amazon's fees inside of ROAS.
So here's why
be able to do it.
Here's why I think it's a big deal. It has absolutely nothing to do with that.
Bro, tell me what?
All right. So if Amazon is switching to using that stat, that must mean they feel pretty comfortable about that being compared to Facebook and Google at this point.
Well, I mean,
because they don't do anything unless they're feeling pretty confident that it compares, it measures up pretty well.
Well, look, okay, but I mean, the thing is like, if you're an advertiser, it's not like you don't know your return on ad spend. You just have to calculate it.
Right, but why are they so excited about it then?
I don't know.
And then the other thing is, and I was looking at this.
I mean, other than it's a dashboard. You go to your dashboard, you can compare. Here's what I'm spending here. Here's what I'm spending there, as opposed to having to calculate it.
The other thing that kind of stood out to me was Google and Facebook are far and above the leaders in digital ads, revenue, right? I think it's somewhere in there combined. They own 58% of the market or something like 53% of the market.
Google by themselves.
No, Google and Facebook, which control a combined 53%.
Really? Wow.
Amazon is sitting now at expected to own 9.5% of that market. They're coming from like dust to closing in on 10%. And
last year we were talking about it. Where were they at? 5?
Something like that. And that's a pretty significant increase. Yeah. And
they might double it more now that everybody's online.
Well, see, you're starting to get into what I'm thinking here. Last quarter, they said they had 4.2 billion in digital ad sales revenue. Last quarter alone. So they're tracking to be 16 to 20 billion a year in
And the
digital
pie is
ads.
growing. And the pie is growing.
The pie is growing. So the pie is growing. They're growing theirs, and I don't know if they're eating into the Facebook or Google, or they're just getting an outsized share of the bigger pie. I don't know, but
Here's
that's
the thing.
big.
I mean, here's the thing: if you watch television, your commercial on television is on all three of the networks. If you see it on NBC, you're going to probably see it on ABC and CBS, right? So it's the same way with advertising online. You're not going to say, "Oh, I only advertise on this platform." If it's working on Facebook, you're going to try it on, YouTube, or you're going to try it on Google. You're going to try it on Amazon if it's a product. So it's not. So that's what is important about the return on ad spend, because now I can go across those three channels and see which channel is performing the best. I might put more money into that channel, but I also will optimize other channels to hopefully match the audience that I'm getting on the leader channel, because you're always trying to get more money in on your ad spends. So
Now, here's where
I think it's great.
here's where it gets interesting. This is where I think why Amazon is setting the stage and getting it so that they have the comparable metrics and all that. The Facebook and Google, they have the best opportunity to help folks convert than the other two do. Yeah, I think they own the marketplace that most people are buying on. So if they're able to really connectively do the connection between their digital ad platform and showing using the metric that everybody wants, how they can connect your digital ad spend to a more successful outcome on the platform and give them tools and possibilities for even improving that by doing more, like who knows, fulfillment by Amazon, you or shipping by Amazon, or you do this.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to find ways to get in your pocket. They're going to pick your pockets.
They got all the levers we kept talking about, and just think what could potentially be out there. We keep on talking about Twitch. It's out there right now, but if you're able
I figured out with you and Twitch, you didn't broke up with Alexa, and now you're dating Twitch. I get it.
You know what it is? Alexa is getting ready to say something right now.
Oh, okay. About the talk.
No, but I'm seeing more movement, more activity on the Twitch front right now than on the A front. And I mean, I don't know what's going on over there, but you can see more going on the Twitch side right now, and the whole video streaming angle. So if they're able to start positioning their ad platform, to make it as comparable, apples to apples, comparing to Facebook and Google, and then be able to say, hey, not only are we on the same footing, but hey, we have ways for you to increase your opportunity to convert on our platform, because guess what? We own the damn platform. That's pretty big. And on top of what you said, though, that go back to that graph of e-commerce
just going straight up. But understand though too. I mean, the advertising platform is the business, right? Yeah. It's not a loss leader. They're not discounting advertising to try to get more sales. The advertising platform has to operate and fund on its own. It has to.
Well, you got the advertising platform and you got the marketing platform.
Right.
I mean, some people kind of, they should be connected, but they are separate things, and they have separate meanings. They have separate kind of purposes. They're complementary. They should be kind of integrated. But if you're able to kind of connect ads and marketing to the marketplace itself in a way that positions your product to be in front of the right person at the right time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, because you're talking about major corporations, right?
Yeah, all right. The big brands are the ones that are going to be
Big brands are the ones and big brands are concerned about sharing their customer data with Amazon. They don't want to do that. So it's not a natural play necessarily for you to say, well, we're going to advertise and then we're going to put the products in the marketplace. It's not always that, one-to-one. It's going to be a lot of major brands that will sell or advertise on the platform that will drive the traffic off the platform.
And that would make sense to them if you really want to optimize it, because like you said, you want to own the relationship you have with the customer. And right now, like small business, unfortunately, a lot of their business is coming through Amazon, and Amazon is keeping that relationship with the customer between Amazon and them and the customer.
And you're paying for it.
Well, let's think about it. That's the difference between Amazon and Groupon for the most part. Remember Groupon? Groupon was used as a way to get your first foot in the door, get your transaction. But then the whole idea is to convert that first foot in the door into a direct relationship. Amazon, I just don't see them doing that for the small guy, but I think you're right about the big guys. They kind of want to be able to optimize, the formula of how do we play with Amazon versus how do we keep our own
way
stuff.
for them to play with Amazon without getting their hands dirty.
And guess what? Amazon benefits from that, and the big brands should benefit from it too.
Yeah.
Who does not benefit that much?
Google and Facebook.
Well, them too, but the little guy. What does this make a big difference to you as a third party small business seller?
It does raise your advertising cost if you're trying to advertise something that is very similar to a name brand product. They can buy ads on your page now. That would probably be a problem, but I don't honestly see. You know what? I think the complexity of doing it on Amazon versus doing it on other platforms probably was a barrier. But as you see with this story, they're trying to remove some of that. And once they break all of that down, it might get very competitive out there for that ad spend dollar.
I like what you just said, because I think a lot of people maybe take for granted that this stuff, it's easier said than done. There are layers of complexity to all this stuff.
Yes.
And if Amazon is able to me as a third party, that's one of the bigger selling points. If you're able to make it easier for me to do the things that I have to do and use your platform to make it easy. Wow. I mean, that's a big thing from the small business side of it and a big business, but the big business has, I think, more to gain if they play their cards right.
And Amazon got more money to get.
And look, we keep on saying, I keep going back to that graph, and we're only at 22% with that graph.
Whoop, whoop.
It's just amazing what could happen over the next couple of years. And it's amazing that Amazon is like right there to benefit the most.
Somebody asked me about the next couple of years in e-commerce, and I said, you need to be focused on the next couple of months. We can't even go out the next couple of years. Fourth quarter is going to be
a
bloodbath.
That's going to be one to watch.
That's going to be one to watch. Yeah, it's a cage match, dude. It's a cage match.
We may never see anything like what we're going to see this fourth quarter ever again.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Wow. You got me kind of excited about that.
Oh, you should be excited. Yeah.
Almost as excited as what Speaker Money, right?
Almost as excited as Speaker Money. Tomorrow, go to speakermoney.com. Go to speakermoney.com. Absolutely free. And it's tomorrow. Okay. I'm done.
I'm giving you the stage. We only got a few more minutes. Do you want to highlight any of the folks that are involved?
Man, everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, just go there. If you see somebody go for it. But I'm involved, so that should be enough.
So despite that, you should go.
Ah,
Well, look, I know a few people. If you want, me to
yeah. Who do you know? Ramon Ray?
of course, our
Buddy?
mutual buddy Ramon Ray, who is the smart hustle man.
Yep. And
Monique
a
Johnson
of technology too.
Wow. You know how long ago that was at this point, by the way?
Do you know?
Like at least 8 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, look at you know
what?
No,
here's the thing. No,
I
here's
need
the thing.
people who like me.
No, here's the thing. Pierre, thank you so much. Because you remember when I asked the question in Facebook, I remember you putting the comment out there, and your comment was part of what made me put this together and the content that's in there. So thank you very much. He was, he definitely responded way back when I put it on Facebook.
So we know who to go to when this thing flops. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you're going to make me spit that out.
All right, but seriously, you got our another mutual friend, Monique Johnson, the live stream queen.
Yep.
I mean,
she won't let me call her a diva, but she's a queen.
I like that she won't let you call you.
I do too. It's all right. It's all right. I know her attitude. It's like, no.
So that's good. Oh, and that one. Come on, I can't not mention the SBL.
Who?
Small business
lady. That's right. I forgot, dude. So many people. So many people.
I should have let you forget her because then she'd be all over you.
Yeah, she would. You're right. Thank you so much, Melinda. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All good, bro.
So it's what, 3 days, 2 days? How long is this thing again?
It's 3 days. It's absolutely free. We start tomorrow. Basically, you sign up, you get the link, and you've got 24 hours to consume each day's worth of videos because there's like 12 a day. So
you got 24 hours to consume 12 hours of video.
Not 12 hours. They're about 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah. But if you want the recordings, of course, there's an opportunity for you to get that too.
So, and these are like you having these conversations with these folks.
Yeah. A couple of them are presentations. We started out giving people the option of presentation versus interview style. And the funny thing was, a couple of people said, well, I'd rather do the interview. And I thought everybody was going to want to do a presentation. And once we got into the interviews, the things that they started revealing just because I asked, you know what I'm saying? And we were having this general conversation were phenomenal. I had several of the people be like, dude, I can't believe I said that out loud. That's a secret I'm not supposed to be, putting out there, And the other thing was, I asked, usually the last question I ask is something like, what question should I have asked you that I didn't? And people would be just sitting there going like, dude, it seems like, we covered pretty much everything. It's really very, very entertaining and engaging this way. And that's why I ended up doing most of them in that kind of format.
Speaker Money,
man.
.com.
That's it.
That's where you go.
.com.
All right. So that happens for the next 3 days, and then we will never have to hear about it again, folks.
Boy, you are so cold. That's okay.
No, you are cold. You're the cold one.
I'm the cold one, the bold.
Yeah. And the bold one.
Yeah, right.
And we're going to do this other show. You guys gave us kind of mixed feedback on this.
We are. We're going to do it in September. It's coming in September. Definitely. As soon as this thing's over with. I guess September's over with after this week.
Basically. No, August is over with that this week.
Yeah, but we need to talk. We need to talk about everything else. There's so much going on, and we're running up into, the political vote.
Oh, man. There's one thing I would love to talk about right now, but we are not.
No, we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to keep this.
Can I just name drop, because he's a local guy who made a splash on the national stage this week?
Who's that?
Flash, Vernon Jones.
Oh, no, oh, dude. Seriously? I thought, no, you're not going to say that.
I'm not gonna-
Can we edit live on Facebook?
No, we are not doing that. So
Oh,
we were going to let him go. I should not have gotten him revved up. I
Oh,
should not-
man. You about to make me puke.
Yeah, we don't want to see that, folks. We really don't want to see
No,
that.
that's
Okay. So we want him to be perfectly healthy for speakermoney.com the next 3 days, and while he gets the ATEM Mini shipped to him. So this guy comes on this show, basically promotes the hell out of his Speaker Money event, and on top of that, gets a free ATEM Mini device. I have no more things to say, but
Awesome day.
We will see you next week for another fun-filled edition of Watching Amazon. Take care.
Jacob Blake,